This is NDTV. And you're watching NDTV Hindu.
A 26-year-old woman strangled to death in Mandaveli. Police at the scene of crime. GSAT-12 mission is a success. ISRO launches a new communication satellite into space with an indigenous rocket.
PSLV C-17 GSAT-12 mission is successful.
Shakil Akhtar, top cop in Tamil Nadu, recounts the horrors of friends caught in 26/11 attacks. Says that the fight against terror will continue.
So it will never create a sense of fear that makes our thinking stronger.
AIADMK's official nominee to Rajya Sabha, journalist and anchor turned politician Ravi Bernard, is elected to Rajya Sabha unopposed.
I will be eternally grateful to this generosity, and I will work with all my efforts and heart.
An inspiring tale of a scavenger being blessed with education and working towards rehabilitating others. Don't let your creative juices flow on your car's number plates. Keep it straight and simple, orders the city police. And how have the Friday blockbusters fared? A hit or a miss? We'll tell you in a special segment. A very good evening. You're watching News Tonight with me, Ashmit Kumar. Time now to take you through the top stories from across the nation. Opera House CCTV footage shows 3 to 4 people talking on the phone for over 90 minutes at the same spot. Sources also say that Indian Mujahideen sleeper cells may have been activated. Home Minister says all groups are under the scanner. Politicians descend on Mumbai after the blasts, but does India want to see them squabbling over terror? The story of a diamond merchant who was maimed in the Mumbai train blasts, who could have been a casualty in the Opera House blast. Now the FBI is probing allegations that Murdoch's paper hacked the phones of 9/11 victims. Virendra Sehwag will miss the first 2 tests versus England since he is not fully fit. MS Dhoni says India will miss Viru. Well, moving right ahead with one development that's coming in just as we speak. 26-year-old woman was strangled to death in Mandaveli. Police are right now at the scene of crime, investigating this crime right now. The body, from what we hear, has been taken to a hospital for post-mortem. These are, of course, early details. We'll, of course, be tracking with a lot more care to get more details. And speaking of details, in fact, our crime correspondent Salim is joining us live from the location right now. Salim, share with us, give us a picture right now. Share with us what details you have about this one crime here. Right, we appear to have lost Salim there. The call seems to have been disconnected. We'll try to get back to Salim for more details on this development. Now moving ahead, Sriharikota, India's leading spaceport in Andhra Pradesh, was a scene of excitement and jubilation after the successful launch of 1410 kg communication satellite GSAT-12. Now the satellite was sent accurately into the orbit with a powerful indigenous version of the Polar Satellite Launch Vehicle, or PSLV C-17. In what scientists described as textbook launch, the launch vehicle witnessed liftoff at 4:48 p.m. Now, this was the 18th successful mission for the PSLV series of launch vehicles. The GSAT-12 is a communication satellite which will augment the capacity of the INSAT series of satellites launched by India. Equipped with 12 transponders, the satellite will help make advances in the fields of telemedicine and tele-education.
I'm extremely happy to state that the PSLV C-17 GSAT-12 mission is successful. The launch vehicle injected the satellite very precisely into the intended orbit.
Coming back to the murder developments from Mandaveli, from what we hear is that, of course, a 26-year-old woman is reported to have been killed. The protests, the police, in fact, are at the scene of crime. Salim now joins us over the phone line with more details. Salim, we only know right now that it is a 26-year-old woman who has been killed in Mandaveli. What more details can you share with our viewers?
Yeah, the murder case, when the woman's relative entered the house, they found the woman lying unconscious, and soon she was rushed to a private hospital in Chennai. and the hospital declared it brought dead, and then following which they were...
Right, there are a lot of technical difficulties in getting across to our correspondent. We'll of course be tracking those developments very carefully and getting you full details as we move ahead. Now, moving ahead, there have been a protest by advocates belonging to the DMK against Chief Minister Jayalalitha's visit to Madras High Court on Saturday to lay the foundation stone for the Alternative Disputes Resolution Centre. Immediately after the protest by the DMK-backed advocates, the AIDMK advocates wing gathered in large numbers to protest against the DMK. Now, the DMK-backed advocates said that it will not be proper on the Chief Minister's part to attend meetings at the High Court campus, as some cases are still pending against her. The AIDMK-backed advocates shouted slogans against the DMK chief during the protest. Well, AIADMK's official nominee to Rajya Sabha, A. William Ravi Bernard, was elected to Rajya Sabha unopposed today. Now, today being the last day for the withdrawal of nomination for a single seat vacated by AIADMK's K.V. Ramalingam, who became the state PWD minister, the certificate of election was given to Ravi Bernard by Assembly Secretary AMP Jamaluddin in the presence of Chief Electoral Officer Praveen Kumar, who is the supervisor of the elections.
I pledge today that I will be eternally grateful to this generosity, and I will work with all my efforts and heart to fulfill the dreams and the hopes my leader has on me.
And well, if you are one of those with a yen for fancy number plates on your vehicle, be warned. The police are not amused by your flight of fancy, and you may well end up paying a fine. Now, especially if you show off your fancy number plates on networking websites by uploading the pictures, because the cops are on the watch on Facebook as well. Now, Vahida Devi brings us this report. You may be a fan of James Bond or even the boss, but having them on your number plates is stirring up the police quite a bit, and with good reason. Fancy number plates are illegal, so if your number plate is 8055 and you paint it to look like the boss, then you are in trouble.
Regarding this number plates and all, we are driving heavily. For this year, we have booked 36,723 cases, and a fine amount of is being collected for 1,95,000. So enforcement on defective number plates and fancy number plates is being constantly enforced by our traffic officers throughout the city.
While traffic police say that they want it all in plain numbers, owners have their own take on why they flout the norms.
It is supposed to be a fancy number plate. Now, can you please tell me this is supposed to be illegal? Why are you carrying it still?
ரேஸ்க்காக ரெடி பண்ணுறது தான். ஸோ இது பெயிண்டிங் எல்லாமே பண்ணுறதுனால நம்பர் போர்டும் ஃபேன்சியாக பண்ணணுன்றதுக்காக தான் அது போடுறது. இது இல்லீகலாக தான்.
இன்னும் போலீஸ் பிடிச்சிடுவாங்களே.
நாங்கள் நின்னா தானே பிடிக்கிறதுக்கு. நின்னா தானே பிடிக்க போகிறாங்க.
Clearly, this is a case of beauty versus the beast, and while owners may feel that jazzing it all up is the in thing, police say safety first, aesthetics later. In Chennai, with camera person Lucas and Sahai Raj and reporter Vahita, this is Ashmit Kumar for NDTV Hindu. Well, still ahead on the show, ruthless terror attacks didn't discriminate, claiming lives of both Hindus and Muslims alike. We'll take a look at two families united in grief on the other side.